Hello and welcome to the Tapping into Abundant Success podcast. I am super excited about today's episode because I have the amazing Kelly Vikings with me, divine business mentor, soul success activator, and just absolutely awesome, amazing being. She is joining us today because she is a guest in the upcoming summit. But Kelly, can you just introduce yourself a little bit more? Because I've only done a snippet here.
Thank you so much. Do you know what? That little snippet was actually pretty awesome. So we're going with the high vibes today, and that's totally cool. We know that life isn't always linear, and certainly business isn't either. But it is about raising that vibration. And for me, that ultimately is what my soul calling is all about. It's what my business is about. It's what I love most. So I'm an energetic business strategist basically, and what that actually means is I've designed my own energy modality, which working with partly some of the old Atlantean advanced energy healing, but also some of the new healing as well, the ascension healing. I am a psychic and I do channel. I work with the galactic light team, so I have quite a broad sense of very energy healing, grounded, centered, earth light codes, but also very much with the galactic and up there with some of the most incredible guides. I bring all of it through my business. I work with my clients with it. We talk about cosmic energy and rhythm and cosmic flow, rhythm and flow. We do a lot around soul energetics. So I've created my own modality, which is soul energetics. But essentially, it's bringing you into your soul's calling, your purpose. And then the other thing that I do is the energy healing, and crystals are a massive part of what I do as well. So hence why they call me the divine business mentor, because it's all about the I just love, and aren't they gorgeous? Yeah. Right now on me, I have a gorgeous piece of amethyst chevron, velvet malachite.
Oh, I didn't know they did velvet malachite.
Mm-hmm. I have my favorite, and in fact, I haven't got it on because I'm working with astral travel at the moment. So I've got astrophyllite, but I also have a pendant with blue Preseli stone, and I've got this pyramid.
Amazing.
Garden quartz. So we're talking the shamanic dream stone.
Amazing.
And then all the high vibes, as we say, with some beautiful Brazilian Lemurian and Hakama from the New York, from the United States. So yeah, got them all around me today.
Yes, I don't I work with the crystals in my space. They're always here. So I have a champagne citrine on my finger. I have my amethyst around my neck, which I often swap. It depends on where I'm at, but sometimes it will be my tiger's eye, and sometimes it will be rose quartz. And I have citrine, and I have my fluorite angel. I don't know if you can see because of the she's just absolutely stunning.
It's gorgeous.
But I always have crystals around. They're just amazing, aren't they?
They really are. Yeah. When I first started to get into crystals, which was, I mean, I've always had kind of the odd one or two, and I guess, in life we kind of see them at some point as just these pretty rocks, but I really found the magic in them when I bought I've got a little rose quartz ring here, and I went totally from my masculine in business to very feminine, and no surprise it was on my left hand that I was wearing it, which is the feminine hand, but I really do believe that it would change my life. So I'm really passionate about crystals. I'm actually a crystal practitioner, and I bring them through all my work, like the Atlanteans always used to.
It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So for those that are watching and listening, all of the speakers that are coming into the summit in July have all completed an application form. And one of the questions that I ask is about the journey that a speaker has gone through. And the reason I ask that is so that I can feel into their energy of the involvement that they've gone through, because I had a real mission for this summit. And that summit is to be that pillar of inspiration, that hope that yes, we can do this. Of it doesn't matter how much adversity life throws at you, it doesn't matter how much those feelings are overpowering you, it doesn't matter what's going on in your mind. There will be a moment in time when you will flip that switch. And Kelly, you did that brilliantly. You've done that beautifully. And it's not been an easy journey for you, but you did flip the switch and you have overcome more than you ever have thought possible. And that's one of the reasons that I was so excited to bring you on board, because I feel spiritual entrepreneurs, which is very in alignment with what you do and what I do. But I do believe that spiritual entrepreneurs do need that message right now, to stop hiding in the shadows, to stop
Absolutely.
closing down their gifts, to stop
Absolutely.
ignoring their soul calling and actually own it. So every speaker in this summit, including yourself, Kelly, are bringing that passion to the table, that when you allow yourself to fully unlock those gifts, you will create all the things you once thought impossible. So would you like to share a little bit of that
100%.
journey today?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm really passionate about as well, because it took the universe to shake my entire life upside down. And, for me to really come out of what I was trying to protect myself with. So, as I was always seen as something that actually the mirror of that wasn't who I was.
Yeah.
And I'd effectively, lost like my soul. And so coming back to self and really owning my identity and knowing who the frick I was massive. But to embody all my spiritual gifts in all of that was very deep. It's been one hell of an ascension process, which started in 2016. And 7 years later, I'm finally totally getting it. I got divorced, my business fell apart, I went bankrupt, I lost my house, I lost my car. My 3 beautiful sons, they watched all of that fall around me. It was one of those real tarot, moments with the tower. When everything just crashes around you. I lived in a caravan for a year in the middle of this idyllic forest, which was amazing. I wrote my book, Secrets of the Divine Business Code. I started to really sort of come into my power. I always say, like, I came out. It's kind of like it's like this coming out. But the more and more that I've just accepted what I'm here for, and what my soul incarnation was all about, the more that actually I really don't give a fuck anymore, because I am exactly who I am, and the right people always come and find me. And my biggest thing is helping people to shine their gifts, is to get over themselves, out of the ego state into the heart state, is to accept as well responsibility for what was, but also to step forwards into what they're becoming. And to do so using this gorgeous, now we've got so much light coming into the planet, so much incredible, gorgeous frequency, that the more that we elevate our own personal frequency, the more that we allow light to come into our lives and work from this heart space, it's an incredibly different world. And people see that, people know your truth, they know your real, what we call core resonance of who you are. And the more that you go out like this, even though it's scary, even though it's scary, like when I came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a psychic, I'm a 2/4 manifester. I do see and know things. And even I was like, oh, are people going to want to work with somebody like this? But the more and more I'm doing it, the more and more that even leaders that were above where I was, they're suddenly coming out. And I celebrate everybody turning that light on, because the more lights that we turn on in terms of individual, the more that humanity rises. And that for me is just powerful.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that you're sharing that, because I actually only owned the psychic part of me this year. I've always known it. Even as a VA, I was using channeled guidance to get my clients' PR out there and do their copy, and it was having such profound effects. But at the time, I didn't realize that's what it was. And it's taken me this long to actually accept it. And go, actually, you are very gifted, you channel very quickly, you are, you're there and you're going with it. And what I really found interesting about your story there is it was almost as if we're quite similar on our paths, and exactly the same year was the same year I burnt everything. I called it my I burnt everything to the ground year. I quit my business, I quit everything, and I went back to basics. I spent 3 months resting, and then I rebuilt my life. And yeah, so I'm really interested in that synchronicity, but maybe that's something we can talk about another time. So thank you for sharing your story. I love hearing this because I was talking to one of the other speakers, Kayla, in a previous interview that I did with her, and she's overcome giving birth, having a baby, and ended up in a wheelchair, and loads of other adversity that's come up from that. So it's really lovely to know that I am bringing this community together to open those doors and shine those lights. So thank you so much for sharing your story, Kelly, because I know people that are listening and watching and on this journey, they need to hear this right now. So
I totally get it. I mean, I think just if anybody's watching right now and they feel like they've got something, because that is all it is a seed of hope. You've got an idea, this manifestation that's been kind of almost like calling you, and somewhere within your body, like that deep kind of knowing, we're ultimately vessels. We are source itself. So you will feel it within your very being. That calling is going to keep coming. It's going to keep going, and it's going to keep coming every time that you just stop and pause. And one day you'll go, okay, that's what that's about. And your journey is going to be different. Everyone has a different journey. But what I'm saying to you is, where you are right now, even if you feel like you have nothing, I had nothing. I was suicidal. I had nothing. You can pick yourself back up like a spiritual Spartan, like a warrior, and you can take yourself and your beautiful energy, because everybody is beautiful, and you can take this energy and you can do something good with it, and you can help serve humanity in a way that starts with one person, and that's all it is. As humans, we complicate it. Absolutely. Step into the heart center and just enjoy the journey. Like, come on, just do it.
I hear you. I totally and utterly hear you. Okay. I love how we've got a little bit off tangent here as well.
Sorry.
No, it's me.
We want people to wake up and to do what they need to do.
Can't shout it enough. It's time. And I suppose that really goes in with the energy and the vibe that because I ran the self-love retreat in February, and after that I was kind of like, no, we need something more, Vicky. And I suppose I was channeling, and the more this event comes up, the more closer we get to it, the more I'm just like, this is exactly what I wanted it to be. So I'm so pleased and grateful that you've decided to join us on this mission to open up those doors and bring in more light. But there was a couple of things that I just wanted to quickly touch base on. Kelly, you are going to be delivering a session in the summit. Now, this session in the summit is going to do, and I'm going to let you fill in the blank. Tell everyone what you're going to do.
I'm going to share with you soul business success, and this is about understanding your unique rhythm that is formed from that deep connection with the cosmos. I'm going to share with you how in your business you can find this really beautiful natural cycle of balance, harmony, and flow. I'm also going to share with you how you can really tap into your soul, what you're here to do. And I've designed soul energetics. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit with you about your individual soul archetypes, what your soul incarnation crosses are, and how your own unique energy can help support you in your business. And then lastly, which is something I'm obviously really passionate about, is like the old energy was Reiki, was the 7 chakras. Now I'm working with 15 chakras, the ascension chakras, which is all about the Atlantean advanced energy healing. So I may even bring that into it, maybe with a little session just to kind of really balance and purify all of your chakras. Because the more that we create space within ourselves, the more capacity we have to reward ourselves with soul business success. And that's what it's about.
Absolutely love it, love it, love it. I'm so amazed at all the magic that is coming together for this event. And I truly believe it's not just another one of those conferences that you sit and you're listening and you're taking notes. This is a really interactive, transformative experience. And I think I tell you now, I know in my heart of hearts, those that are joining the summit are not going to leave feeling the same way. And that is something that lights me up so much. So Kelly, tapping into abundant success is my podcast name. And the reason that I made that name was because, again, it's that hope, it's that inspiration. We can have what we want, right? So if you could give the listeners, viewers, one tip today about tapping into their abundant success, what tip would that be?
To know that they're not who they were. They're not who they were yesterday. They're not who they were 5 moments ago. They are who they are today in this moment right now. And take that on board, because anything is possible for you and your world. You create the joy, the abundance, the richness, the quality of life, the experiences, all of it. To me, wealth is about the love that comes through your heart. And so this is where you can take love and you can do whatever you like with it. Yeah, in this moment.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Thank you. And yeah, don't we all need that reminder sometimes that we are who we are in this moment, not who we were 10 years ago? So thank you so much for sharing that. Was there anything else that you wanted to add in before we wrap up this interview today?
There is. I just want to say a big thank you, by the way, Vicki, to you for I know what goes into running and organising a summit, but also for having me on your podcast show. And yeah, I just want to say a big thank you from my heart to yours.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm just super excited to see it all come together.
Me too.
You know, the more avenues where we can share these voices, these truths, and raise the vibration of the world around us. Oh gosh, the better. I know for myself, when I feel into my why about why I'm doing this, for me, it's because I have got 3 beautiful young girls who are becoming young women, and I don't want them to live in a world that doesn't give them the space to be who they truly are. And I just believe that if we can together start raising that vibration now, the next generations can only benefit and benefit and benefit. I was in an event recently, and I heard someone from the older generation say, you know, well, people that only parent because of what they've learned, and you know, they don't change, they don't this, they don't that. And I was like, what generation are you living in? Like, because that doesn't exist anymore. And I think our message is about helping that transition of changing those old beliefs that are still stagnant and still out there in the community, because quite frankly, it's a load of bullshit. That's not what it is anymore. And the more we step into and rise that, the better. So yeah, it's just so heart-led, this whole event at the moment. And yeah,
and it's to come from a place of compassion as well, because you know, that's all that lady probably knew. But we know that now it's not about those things. It's about, you know, our energy and how we bring up our children in a world that has a lot of, should we say, lower vibration and lower energy. But it's giving our children those seeds of hope, like having a mum like you that is clearly really passionate about bringing them into a world that is full of abundance and a higher vibration. And it's the same with me. I have 3 boys. You know, I don't always get it right as a mum. I haven't been always the best mum in the world, but I do my best. And you know, they had to see like my world just shatter around me, and they've been amazing. But you know, they know the truth of the basically like how we've been brainstormed into thinking. And they also are very wide awake, and they know that, you know, there's also this world over here. And when you step into this world, this new world, all of these things that are going on over here, they become irrelevant, really. Right. So then you just have this new energy over here, and you don't need to step into that. So I think, you know, by showing them the way and teaching them this is the best gift that we could ever give to them and to other future generations that come up through our planet.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And yeah, there is a level of compassion within other people's belief systems, but also I still feel there's that, we, with the knowledge that we have today,
Yeah.
It's our mission to share that,
Yeah,
share the
I
change,
agree.
share the transformation. So yeah, so exciting. I love what you do, Kelly. I love the fact that you are bringing soul business success to the world. I love the fact that you're focusing on spiritual entrepreneurs and allowing them to shine their light and to step powerfully into who they truly are, to lead this world in a different way. And yeah, just love all the woo that goes on with it.
Thank
Gorgeous.
you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. So, just to wrap up, then, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us this brief interview today. And of course, joining us in the summit. If you haven't registered yet, if you are looking to register,
Get your
then
tickets.
absolutely get yourself registered. There are options for VIP. If you would much rather have a luxurious experience, you can come and get involved with that. And also, like I said, this is not going to be a sit down, watch and take notes event. This is a purely transformational experience, which is why it's called the Spiritual Entrepreneurs Business Growth Summit Live Experience. So on that note, have an amazing day, week, month, whatever you're up to, and we'll speak to you all very soon. Bye-bye for now.